think that looks good. What's up, everybody? Here at Chaesar Videos, Chase, here with producer Johnny. Gonna get into some stuff today. Johnny, he's a crazy producer, got a lot of hard beats. So tell me a bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Van Nuys, California.
What's it like there? I
Honestly, I was just born there. I didn't really grow up there.
Oh shit, where'd you grow up?
I grew up mostly in southern part of California. It's called Imperial Valley.
Okay, what's it like there?
Yeah, it's a desert. There ain't really much going on, but there's like a bunch of people trying to get in the music scene there, so I will say that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parties. I went to a lot of parties growing up.
Yeah, big party place?
Yeah.
That's cool. Music scene, what's it like there? Like, what's the type of artist around there?
Honestly, there's a lot, since it's close to the border, it is mostly like influenced by Latin trap or reggaeton. For those of you who don't know it, it's like a genre of music commonly Latin American artists, like from Central American stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, you feel like is that sort of where you like kind of got some of your sound from? Do you feel like that's influenced you?
Not really, because when I was a little child, my mom had a radio, and we used to always play 91X. And 91X is a radio station from San Diego. So they'd always play like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and all that stuff. But really, where I would say my sound came from, or where I really got my baseline for music, is I had a cousin that lived in my house before. He was going to school for to be a lawyer.
Oh, yeah.
And he would always like bump World Star Hip Hop at my house because we had a kick-ass fucking surround system in my house. So he'd always bump World Star Hip Hop, and he'd be like, "Yeah, bro, like I'm listening to this shit." I didn't really like listen to that at that point. I was mostly listening to like dubstep, like EDM stuff.
Yeah. How old were you at the time?
I was like 14, 13. So I didn't really listen to that. I used to like make gameplays and shit. Like I used to play Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
You put music to it?
Yeah, I did. I had like one of those cringy ass intros and shit. Yeah. But yeah, he'd play World Star Hip Hop and stuff, and I remember this very specific moment in my life. It's kind of like, imagine when you're 6 years old and you're like ha 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 ooh, and then you gain consciousness. And you're like,
I know what you mean.
It was like that. It was like that. He played Shit by Future.
I don't think I've heard it, or if I haven't,
you've heard it because it's you know Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
So Suicide Boys sampled that song. And it's Paris, where they use that sample. The song Paris is very popular. They use that sample for that song. So I think I got it wrong, but anyways, they use it in a very popular song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I really started getting my sound for like trap.
Okay. So when did you like actually start like dipping your hands into producing music?
So my mom was in a relationship with this guy that was a DJ, and he was like, "Yo, I DJ. What are you into?" Like, "Oh, I just play basketball, go to school, whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, I got this MIDI controller." I was like, "What's a MIDI controller?" He's like, "Oh, well, this thing is used for like making music." I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool. You should teach me how to DJ one time," because I thought a MIDI controller was for DJing. Now I know that's a MIDI controller. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll teach you." He never did, but he did bring the MIDI controller to my house. And that's when I really started getting into like, wow, how do you use this? So I went on the computer and I was looking up how to make music.
Yeah.
And I came across Audacity. Audacity is like really a software meant for podcasts, or not really for producing. I tried though, it didn't work. And then I just dug further into it, and I found FL Studio, which is something I use to this day.
Yeah, I've dipped a bit into FL Studio. How old did you say you were at the time when you first got your hands on like the Mini and were able to start looking?
Really, I started producing when I was 15.
Damn, so that's young.
Yeah.
Damn, all throughout the years, high school and everything like that.
It was I wouldn't say it was like consistent, but I was definitely like on there.
Yeah, like interested in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. You feel like you've always had like a pretty similar sound?
No, I feel like it's changed over the years.
Really?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, I didn't really have, when I first started, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to make a song like this. It was just kind of me fucking around with FL Studio to see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
It's very different throughout the years.
Okay.
If y'all want to go check some out, y'all can go check out my BeatStars. Go check out my Apple Music at Johnny himself _ on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram is that Johnny himself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, my question is, so I really don't know too much about producing music at all. I've just recently been getting into like audio stuff like that. Do you record like instruments to put into your mixes?
Well, they're called VSTs. VSTs are virtual instruments, which they can be guitars, they can be pianos, synthesizers, stuff like that. Yeah. So it's all in the software.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So, how does that whole process start of making a beat? Do you like now? You said it's changed. Yeah, nowadays. What's your process start when you sit down? You know.
Okay, so the biggest thing for me is like it's got to be a vibe. You know, it's gotta match what I'm feeling. It's gotta match what not really what I listen to, because I do listen to a lot of trap nowadays. So I just go off of what I feel. If I feel like I'll make something hard, I'll make something hard. If I feel like I'm gonna make something emotional, I'll make it emotional in my way. Though it might not appeal to everybody, but it's just me. So I just stick to what I like. Obviously, I'm not gonna make some crazy shit that nobody want to listen to, but yeah, you know.
Yeah. Do you? So I saw that you have some beats up for sale. Have you like worked with artists like one-on-one making like specific beats for them, or is it usually you just come up with a mood? You know.
For the most part of my career, I'd say that I started off just making beats myself, and then sending them out to artists, and then they work on it based on the beat. But just recently, yesterday, I went to the studio with YG Slim. Shout out to YG Slim. I went to the studio yesterday with YG Slim at Sonic Garage, and being in the studio this was my first time being in the studio in a career 7 years long.
Yeah.
So it was a really big like eye opener for me. It was amazing, best experience. Had a good time, but I feel like after like listening to the engineer, listening to the artist go on, see what goes on in the studio, really, it just made me feel like now I feel like more capable of being adaptable or being able to tailor beats towards artists. Yeah,
definitely. That's cool. That's what's up. So last night in the studio, how'd you like, how'd all that come to fruition, you know, getting out there?
So me and YG Slim actually had a song before. So me and my boy, sad boy Isaac, he makes music too. I actually taught him how to make beats. If he disagrees with this, he can fucking fight me. So he can come out here. But that's my boy though. Me and him, like, we made music together, blah blah blah. So eventually, he found this sample. I don't know where he got it from, but he just came up and he's like, "Yo, I got this sample. What's up?" And he was like, "All right." And then I just cooked up the drums. He laid it all out, mixed it. We finished it. Then he ended up going to the studio with YG Slim one day, and they made the song. It's called Blitz. Y'all can go get that on Apple Music. I know I'm out here promoting all my shit, but still, go fuck with it. It's cool. Yeah, so that's how really my relationship with YG Slim started. So it's just been like I can hit him up anytime because he knows me. He's like, "Oh, you're the guy that made the beat, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, that shit's fire." Whatever, you know. We were just having fun yesterday, and so after that first song, Blitz, I just been like, you know, interacting with him on Instagram. Not really like talking on a daily basis or anything, but just hit him up every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, I felt like, you know what, fuck it, dude, let's do it. I don't know what got into me. I just decided to hit him up like, "Yo, what's up? When you in the studio?" Like, "Oh, I'm in the studio tonight. Pull up." Like, "Oh shit, yeah, let's go." And I just pulled up, and we made a beat. Oh, actually, I didn't make a beat. I already had this beat, but he used it, which was honestly the best experience. Like, motherfuckers use your beat like right there, like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
And it was crazy too, because this guy, I showed him the beat, and there's like a couple people in there, other artists as well. Shout out Zayzani, shout out Johnny Ali, shout out Sonic Garage. They were in there. Sonic Garage is the engineer, but they were like, YG Slim was like, "Y'all fucking with it?" They go, "Yeah, we fucking with it."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "All right, just send it to the engineer, and we're gonna hop in the studio." I was like, "I bet." So I just sent it right there, and then no shit. As soon as he gets it, they start playing it on the speakers. They go outside, they start freestyling. They come back in, 30 minutes later, we have a full song.
Yeah.
I swear, this shit was crazy.
Who all was in that song?
It's just Johnny Ali and YG Slim.
Oh, okay. I've been talking with Johnny Ali for a bit. Shout out him. About trying to do some stuff together. That's cool. So the environment there, what was that like with like a whole bunch of people able to like learn off them?
Yeah, I didn't really know any of them in person, especially like Johnny Ali and Zaizani.
Yeah.
But I did know YG Slim a little bit, so he was kind of like, hey bro, this is my boy Johnny. He produced, and everybody was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, what's up? Everybody was cool, really cool environment. Huh. I was chilling the whole time.
Yeah. What about the engineer there? How was that like seeing like another engineer work?
Yeah, I'm not an engineer. I'm just a beat maker. Well, I'm a musician. I'm an artist of all trades. I paint and shit. But anyways, the engineer, he's got like a really strict work ethic.
Yeah.
He said he's been engineering for 7 years, and when I was trying to get close to him and watch what he was doing on the computer, the man was like, "Hey, back off! Like you're too close. You're fucking with my peripherals." And I was like, "Oh shit, my bad." And after we finished recording that first song they were recording, not the song that they put on my beat.
Yeah.
After that, he was like, "Hey, my bad, man. I'm just really like serious about my work ethic.
Yeah,
I gotta listen to everything, and I gotta make sure that the mix is right." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I fuck with you. I perfectly, I understand. You know what I'm saying?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I kind of like learned a bit about the difference between these, but like a producer versus a mixer. So a producer makes a beat, and what is a mixer who just puts all the tracks together, everything, the vocals, all that.
Well, we didn't really call it a mixer. It's just like an engineer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So the producer is a person that usually makes the beat, makes an initial mix of the beat.
Yeah.
You know, like the instrumental, what do you call it? The instruments, the drums, all that stuff. You know, effects, and then usually you would send the engineer your stems, and then the engineer would mix all the stems and lay it all out. Me, I just had the whole beat, so he just put the whole beat on the track, and then the engineer, what he does is mixes, masters a song, so it makes it sound professional, it makes it sound even amongst all sizes of speakers. So small speaker would be like this laptop.
Yeah.
Big speakers would be like concert speakers.
Yeah.
So you want to make it sound nice across all the speakers.
Interesting. That's what's up. Yeah. So let me hear a little bit about sort of your journey, like the ups and downs of since you started like around 15 up to now.
So like I said, I started when I was 15. I had his MIDI controller. It was a, what is it? I can't remember the brand, but it was a really old MIDI controller, kind of shitty. The pitch pad didn't work. Yeah, I just started out in Audacity. I soon found out that doesn't work because you have to load each individual sound each specific time, so it's annoying. So I looked into FL Studio. I started in FL Studio pretty much when I was like 15, 16-ish. Then I just started making music. There was a time where I was like, oh my god, I can't find FL Studio. It's so expensive. I was broke at the time, so I was like, nah, bro, I'm not buying FL Studio. So I went online and I was looking up free beats making thing online, and it was like a shitty, like a drum player. Like I don't know what the fuck it was, but I just don't use it anymore. Anyways, that shit was crap. So I ended up finding this one guy. Shout out VSC the plug. He hooked me up with FL Studio, and ever since then, since 2016. Since then, I just use that shit to make music, bro. FL Studio has been my shit. I've had the same version of it the whole time.
Damn, you should run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much is there in like the art of producing? Do you feel like you're always like learning new stuff, or does it feel like it gets stagnant?
It never gets stagnant, because if it gets stagnant, then you're not outsourcing. You're not really. I wouldn't say you're not really into the producing part, but I wouldn't say you're an artist, because you gotta outsource. You gotta look into different genres, different tastes. That's why I love being in Japan, because I've really met different kinds of artists, sounds. Everything is just different. I'm always like looking forward to meeting new people, looking for new tastes, new sounds.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah. So a few times. I feel like this is a big distinction that a lot of people have, and is something that's important when naming yourself. Uh, what does it mean to you to be an artist versus like being called like a producer?
I'm cool with both. It doesn't mean anything. I am who I am.
Yeah.
I'm myself.
Yeah. And you said you work in like other like art mediums. So you say you paint.
Yeah, I paint on and off.
Yeah, that's cool. How long you done that?
I don't really like do it like often, but I can do it anytime.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I just feel like Bob Ross was right, bro. You just gotta like whatever you do, it's still art.
You know? Yeah, definitely.
And it honestly, I feel like all arts are related because just expressing yourself in any way. For example, my main art is music, right?
Yeah.
So expressing myself via art or via like paintings and stuff like that, or dancing or taking pictures because I like taking pictures too.
Yeah.
It just like it all like I don't know some way somehow it just fulfills my like ideas and just makes me want to make music even more.
Yeah, definitely, I get that. Yeah, I agree. Like, even though the mediums are different, it seems like the human aspect of all arts is consistent throughout it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You said the different mediums of art helps you fulfill your ideas. What do you mean by that?
So let's say I don't know. I take a picture of of a bridge, and I look at that picture. There's a bunch of things going on, and if I just look at that, I feel like it just makes you feel some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
So you can match that music to that ambience.
Yeah. You feel like you use music sort of as a form to like express yourself like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. You said you listen to right now. You're listening to like trap music.
Yeah, mostly trap music. Yeah.
What makes you listen to that?
I like hype stuff. I like most of the time I'm always like in a good mood. Yeah. So I feel like trap just like it just matches me. Like I listen to Suicide Boys. I listen to a lot of underground artists like Can. Well, he's not really underground anymore, but Can. I used to listen to Sesh Hollow Water Boys. Xavier Wolf, Bones, lofi. What I listen to? I listen to Yeet too. Like,
yeah.
I can't really mention all the artists that I listen to, but I listen to a lot.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody asks me who I'm listening to, I struggle to pull up one name. So you just put out like 4 or 5, so that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to the actual putting it together piece by piece, what is the very first step you take when you have like an emotion? You're like, all right, so I'm feeling this way. Let me hop on and make a beat. How do you start that? Like, so I don't really know music terms real well, but like, where does the process when you get on FL Studio? Where does that process start?
For me, there's no real way to start it. It's just I know what each kind of sounds like. Yeah. So if I'm looking for a synth, I know what a synth is. I'm looking for a pad, I know what a pad is. I know what a piano, I know what a guitar. So it depends on how I feel. If I feel like, I'm finna murder somebody right now, so I just like start playing the drums, make some crazy ass drums, and then the melody's gonna be simple because I feel like drums is what makes a beat really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I get that. Yeah. So what do you feel like with that in mind? What do you feel like, because you got some crazy beats, what do you feel like separates you from other artists and producers? Whether it be like a personal drive or something like that, or a skill?
I don't know. I don't think it's a skill. I don't think it's a drive either. I just feel like everybody makes. If you go and watch a lot of the producers' interviews, they will be like, "Yeah, it's just how I felt," and it really is that. It really is like that. So every person feels differently. So I feel like my music is just me. So if you're interested in like me at all, or like you like my music, then it's just wow, that's just me. This is me expressing myself, and if you fuck with it, cool,
Yeah. So it really seems like you're really just like dedicated to the craft. Is it just like how big of like a role do you feel like it plays in your life?
I think it plays a significant role, like a really big role in my life, because I want to dedicate to music.
Yeah.
I'm just going to university because I want to be a sound engineer and really do my own mixes and not have to rely on anybody else. But I'm really doing that as I call that a side hustle, and I call music my main hustle.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. What like ideal like situation in the future where you're set up? What would that look like as far as like money and career?
I just want to have my own house, a really big, nice house with
Yeah.
a pool and shit. Have my own little studio, and ideally by that time, I'd have artists that I can just hit up anytime. Like, yo, let's work. Hey, let's do it. You know, because the artists that I work with right now actively is Wi-Fi God. He's a up and coming rapper from Washington. I'm working with KOD Kel. Shout out to KOD. He's my day one.
Episode 1, check it out.
YG Slim. I can work with Kill the Blondie, just an up and coming rapper from the area I'm from.
Yeah.
I can work with a bunch more artists. I can't really name them all right now, but I really just hit up a bunch of artists and I got their emails and shit, so I can just work with them.
Oh yeah. You got like a dream like collaboration or like dream artist to work for, produce for?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably. It's just like I fuck with so many artists. I'd say it's hard to put it into one, but if I had to pick, I would say I'd pick probably Trippie Redd.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he's from Ohio. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like where you're from in SoCal, you feel like that plays a role sort of in like, I know you said that you feel like your style was sort of developed from what your mom was playing on the radio. You feel like where you're from though sort of impacts the way you produce and like do business?
Yeah, but I feel like my sound is still developing, so I don't feel like I have a specific sound. People can't listen to my music and be like, oh, this is Johnny, without listening to my tag. I feel like my style isn't really defined or isn't like stuck to one thing.
Yeah.
So maybe in the future I'll look into defining my style a little more.
Yeah, yeah, because I don't really know like how it is out there. I'm from the Midwest. I've been to California a little bit. What's it like growing up there though? Like everything, the environment. You said it was close to the border, right?
Yeah. So yeah, there's a bunch of like Hispanics, Latin Americans. There's a bunch of there's a bunch of everything. There's foreigners and stuff. Believe it or not, there's the beaches down there are beautiful, so a lot of foreigners come to that area. So I feel like the style is just it's just all over the place, and if you can bunch it up into one and define it, I feel like it would be pretty fire. Yeah. I'll definitely look into that into the future.
Yeah, definitely. So from like 16 onwards until now, specifically like when you were at home, were you able to work with like many artists back then, or did it take a while to sort of build a network?
It takes a while, definitely, because you don't start off knowing people.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't know people. I was definitely like just my high school friends, you know. I didn't know any big names or anything. So what was the question again?
Oh, just like throughout the years, and especially in the starting years, like it was just, did you know many artists? And follow-on question, like how did you sort of start getting those connections?
Honestly, I didn't really start getting connections until I started looking for them. So I was putting myself in places like physically, I was going to like parties or events and meeting people on purpose, even though I wasn't really like a social person growing up. So I put myself in a situation where I had to like network, meet people. Hey, my name is Johnny, I make beats. Here's my my contact. Reach out. Doing that, also Instagram helped me a lot. I was like DMing people, hey, like I fuck with your music, even though I'll be real, I didn't even listen to the music. I just wanted people to fucking make some of my beats, bro. So I was just doing that, and eventually people started hitting me back, like, yeah, bro, let's do it. Here's my email, and I send them out, and yeah, that's how I started. And now it's just impressive that one day I saw Lucky's story. If you don't know Lucky, then I don't know, just go listen to his music or some shit. he posted on his story. He was like, producers DM me, I'm doing deals, collabs on the low. I was like, all right, bet. So I hit him up, and he charged me for the feature. I paid him. We made 2 songs. One of them I made on my phone because at the time I didn't have a laptop.
Yeah.
So I made that shit on my phone, and it came out honestly pretty shitty. The quality is shitty as fuck. In my opinion, nowadays, I mean, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I don't understand how this song got like over 200K.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
On that note, you feel like you got a favorite work?
I got a favorite work.
Yeah, like that you've done, favorite song, or even just process. It's not gonna be one song, you know.
Favorite song. I would say my favorite song would be some of the unreleased shit I got, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You planning on releasing that? You plan on selling it?
It's not being cleared yet by the artist, so I can't really like.
Oh, can't talk about it?
Well, I mean, I can talk about it. It's from Wi-Fi God. Like those songs are crazy.
Yeah.
I just haven't released them yet.
How you feel like from when you started it now? Like, how do you feel like you've improved? You feel like you struggled at the start? Like, I know with videography and directing, like I really struggled. It took a lot to like learn through failure. You know, do you feel like you had to experience that?
Yeah, definitely. There was times where I was making a song or making a beat at the beginning when I was younger, and I'd be like, "Yo, this is the hardest shit I've ever made," and then I show my friends like, "What the fuck is this, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what are you showing me, dog? Like, shut up. Stop playing your shit. Nobody wants to listen to that."
Yeah.
So I eventually learned to like self-criticize and like, is this something that really people want to listen to? Not do it too much though, because if I do that, I'm never gonna release anything. I'm never gonna go anywhere. So I just listen to it. Is it like listenable? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah.
What's like the hardest part then about learning, you know, growing as a producer and an artist? What do you feel like the hardest part is for you?
The hardest part is probably like finding your own sound, finding your own style is hard. If me personally, I feel like, I say I'll one day maybe find my style and make it my own and stuff, but I don't feel like that's the way for me. I feel like if you're like moving all over the place and you're good at most things, or like good at say that one thing is my specialty, because I'd say trap, the genre is my specialty. If I can make a bunch of stuff from trap, then I feel like it's a success, it's a win.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. You ever feel like it's like on that note of people sort of being like, "Yo, that's just trash." You ever feel like it's hard to just like put yourself out there like that, or you know?
I experienced it yesterday when I was in the studio. I was showing a bunch of my beats out. I was like, I mean, these are hard. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I still think they're hard, but it just didn't match what the artist was looking for. So it was in me. I was like, fuck. But then, I mean, they picked a song, they picked a beat, so they liked it. You know, fuck yeah, that's a win for me. It's hard to deal with criticism, but you just gotta, you know, take what's good and what's not good. If they're just shitting on you for no reason, then you just like, bro, all right, cool. Then I'm just not gonna work with you. There's 1,000, 1 million more artists that I can work with, so there's never an end to music.
Yeah. So do you feel like you have like a consistent like circle, like group of people who you work with, who like you work with to like improve your sound, you know? Yeah,
definitely. I work with, like I said, my boy Sabo, Isaac, KOD, YG Slim. Those are the people that I mostly like circle along with, because I feel like they're going in the right direction when it comes to music.
Yeah, that's what's up. So are you is this really the only thing you care about turning into a career?
As far as like my life in general?
Yeah, life in general. Is this what you want to do for the rest of your life?
I'd say for now it is.
Yeah.
For now, like music is my thing.
Yeah.
But I do like DeFi crypto on the side. Eventually, when I move to mainland Japan, I'm gonna be doing real estate.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's like me diversifying, but
yeah.
It all. Excuse me. Well, one day I also want to make my clothing company off of hemp. Then a percentage of that company I want it to be to plant trees, clean the oceans, help communities in need. That's just like my end goal in life. My end goal is to like have so much money that I can't lose or I can't like go broke.
Yeah.
That I can just help the world around me. Because I feel like if you're just a consumer, you're just no offense to those people that just want to live a simple life or just want to go to work and go back home. No offense, like that's cool, that's you. But me personally, I feel like you gotta work to make. I don't know. The Earth is dying. You know, the Earth is gonna die one day. So I don't know. Why not help it? You know, why not make a difference? Why not make it work?
Yeah. Yeah. So broad question, like moving into that topic. What do you feel like to you, just off the top of your head, what's the most important thing to you in life?
That goes into like my biggest fear is not being able to fulfill my dreams.
Yeah. I completely understand that, you know. Not being able to just like do what you want, not being able to help how you want.
Yeah. I feel like if I was to get shot right now and I was bleeding down and there was no one to help me, I'd say that in my last moments I'd probably feel like terrified that I didn't fulfill my dreams.
Yeah, I get that, definitely.
That'd probably be my last thought too, like fuck, I didn't do it, and then I die.
Yeah. Yeah, so you feel like you got like huge aspirations, huge goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You should have.
Yeah, that's what's up. So it seems like a lot of that went into sort of like your role in other people's lives. It seems like with those goals, you know, like you said, you want to help people, you want to help the environment, but then just as an artist, you're expressing yourself for other people. You know, I feel like that takes a lot, like to be able to put that out there. You know, how do you feel like that plays a role in it? Like, sort of like what you have to offer other people, or like your responsibility to other people.
I don't feel like I owe it to anybody, because I don't really be like fucking with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I pick and choose who I hang out with and shit, but still, that's just me. Like I feel like even though you might be an ignorant fuck, I'm not doing it for you. I'm just doing it because I don't know. I care about leaving a mark.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's awesome. Does your family like, do they support you as a producer? Do they like interact with them a lot about it?
Yeah, my mom does, but my dad, when I was living with him when I was 16, he would often say like, don't listen to that kind of music.
Yeah.
It's he was like very like Christian at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very like religious at all.
Yeah.
So he would be like, don't listen to that, that's bad, and I just didn't care, just did my thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, nowadays I feel like my dad supports me, like he grew out of it, I guess. My brother supports me, my brother supports me, my sister supports me, my mom supports me. Most of my family like knows I make music, and they're like, yeah, do your thing, bro. I'm like, yeah, as long as you like not broke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do any of them have like music background or anything like that?
No, I'm actually the first one in my family to pursue this type of career.
Damn. So that must have felt like, that must have taken a lot. Like especially being like young, like 15, 16. None of them having pursued music, and like even like you said, like your dad being like Christian like that. Like my parents are too. You know, that must have taken a lot. You feel like that was tough for you to sort of step into this?
No, because I didn't really take into consideration what they think.
Mm.
I just did. I don't know. I guess like tunnel vision on my own. I was like, yeah, them do this for me. You know, I like what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. In the future, you feel like you said you want to work on real estate, you know, diversify like those income streams. You feel like your art medium, do you feel like you've ever had any like thoughts or like wanted to jump into new things?
I'm always like that. I always want to like try new things, do new things. So I feel like everything I do somehow just correlates to music.
Yeah.
If I do anything, if I interact with a person, it makes me feel some type of way, which feelings correlate to my music, because music is how I feel.
Yeah.
So it just directly correlates to my music.
Yeah. You ever thought about like hopping on the mic yourself?
Yeah. I've actually, there's like one or two tracks of me rapping. It's just, no, bro.
You know,
I feel like Metro, bro. Like, I don't rap. I just produce. I don't rap, bro. Don't put me on the mic. I'll talk my shit, but I won't do it, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up.